just real sad. Call your boss like, look, I don't think I'm contagious unless my girlfriend also broke up with you. Might just be kind of a bummer right now, might lead to some weird Yelp reviews. Customer service was great, but he cried in my burrito the entire time. 1 star. One very sad, very lonely, very single star. I was in a laser tag league in high school. I'll give you a moment just to let how sad that is sink in. Hey, what was being in a laser tag like in laser tag league like in high school, Casey? It was not having sex, is what it was. It was the best abstinence program that money could buy. But it was just me and a bunch of other sweating nerds in a neon-filled room shooting lasers at each other eating nachos. It was the life. Except there was like one other type of kid that went there, and it was he was like, I'm going to Iraq and this is my personal training simulation. You are all enemy combatants. Welcome to my battlefield. Like that was the mentality of some of the kids at Laser Tag League. They were intense. But I had to get good at laser tag, which is, as an adult, not a useful skill, it turns out. If somebody breaks into my house, I have to hope they're wearing a laser tag vest. Or my weapons are useless. Pew pew. But I got really good at laser tag. I started running with the kids that are really good at laser tag. We call ourselves the Lazy Seals. But I had to get out of that sexless quagmire eventually. I played laser tag again as an adult on acid, which sounds like a good idea. It's not. Because I'll tell you, the lasers seem a lot more real. Lost a lot of good friends that day in a horrific laser war. Talking about your bad trips. I got a Fitbit recently for my birthday, and it was kind of insulting at first because it comes with 2 different size bands, and neither band fit my wrist. Apparently, I have a freakishly fat wrist that Fitbit did not account for. They just thought anyone with the wrists that big is not in our customer base. This is a fitness product, not how many donuts can you fit in this mouth product. I had to order a band special so that it could fit my wrist. So I don't have a Fitbit so much as I have a fat as shit bit. And it's great, it does a lot, it tracks my sleep, which is what my therapist says is good, because I need to gamify my sleep, because I'm bad at sleeping. Some of you are confused. So to gamify something is when you make something a game you're supposed to do, because you have a big bad man baby brain and can't do things like an adult. So your therapist suggests making it into a game so that you'll do it so that you can reward yourself for it. Turns out, even when you make something a game, you can still be bad at that game. I'm terrible at sleeping. I was up at 2:30 the other night playing video games. This kid called me bad, said I kept dying. I was like, I'll have you know, I am a lazy seal. I did 3 tours of duty in the laser tag league. You will respect me. He told me to shut up, and I told him I fucked his mom. And then he was like, no you didn't, you sound bald. And I was like, you little shit. How do you know? And then suddenly, 2:30 in the morning, my Fitbit starts going crazy. It's like, hey man, it's 2:30 in the morning, you're supposed to be inactive, and for some reason your heartbeat has been at 140 beats per minute for the last 30 minutes. Because I was arguing with some kid on Overwatch.
I'm a firm believer that escape rooms are a simulated way for white people to feel like a minority for 30 minutes. It's a game. It's kind of like how Grand Rapids is Sims 4 for the manhandles. No, I tried the escape room with my work not too long ago. They tie you up actually, when they use some handcuffs, they blindfold you, they put you in a cold room. And they asked, hey, are you comfortable? I was like, well, I've been here before. It's a little different this time, you know? It was three people this time. So, it was different. I feel like you just don't see black people doing escape rooms really the same reason you won't see us on cruises. We're not falling for that one again. I got us once, shame on me. Again, no, we're good. Pronouns are a pretty big thing nowadays. I'm pretty in favor of it. It always makes it sound a lot tougher, I feel like. Like, it sounds a lot better if, it was he versus him. It doesn't sound that great when it's he versus him. It sounds a lot better when it's he versus them. The news article didn't agree with that, so instead they still put 28-year-old black male gets his ass kicked by 16-year-old karate instructor. I was like, oh, he's an instructor already? It wasn't great. It wasn't my finest moment. You guys hear about they made an update on condoms? No? You guys don't use them? Okay. Thanks, Dan. Actually, they made a change now to condoms where they change color based on the different bacteria that they come in contact with. So maybe stuff, I know, right? So basically, when you come in, it comes with different flavors or colors, and you can really taste the rainbow. The person that wasn't excited about this, Rainbow, my friend. She's a sex worker. She's pretty good at it. Respectfully. And she feels like it takes the mystery out of the mystery box. It felt like there wasn't that much mystery when it's always chlamydia. But they come with a color chart actually when you pull them out. So you might get raging, red, HIV or AIDS. You might get orange and glad, it's just chlamydia, orange. You might get, you kind of like red, yeast yellow. And you might get great, it's just gonorrhea green. But the worst thing is when you pull out and there's no condom there, because now the mystery's back in the mystery box. Thank you. Make some noise, you made kids. Make some noise, you made kids on purpose. You always tell the difference there. See, that reminds you of your greatest joy or your greatest mistake. No, I feel like having kids is a very unselfish thing to do, so I'm not really about having kids. I feel like it's just very expensive, Captain America, pretty expensive to give a birthday party. I hear Jared's getting out soon. I'm curious how that rebrand's gonna go. You think he resigns the Subway? I think he resigns the Arby's. I still have the meat. No, but I plan to offer my own service. It's gonna be not exactly Elmo, it's gonna be Project Elmo. So costume's not gonna be red, orange, or burgundy. It's gonna just be like a little smoked out color. Can't really tell. It's gonna smell like Newports. Sorry if that's a deal breaker. But we'll still teach you a valuable lesson. Like maybe if you do comedy, you shouldn't have the most accessible car, the Kia. I have a Kia. And I had friends all summer try to just mess with me here and there. They would just take my car and move it. I had one friend who was the worst with it. His name was Adam. It's just Adam. He's just an asshole. And I thought, you know what? I could really get him back. So I had a great idea where I was going to invite everyone on over, and at that point, he's going to go take a shower, he comes back out, I'm going to dump cold pot of water. So everyone comes over, play Halo. If you're not playing Halo, shit gets fucking sweaty. He goes to take a shower, I put the pot of water right there on the stove top. And I had it in my mindset, we're going to be snatch, grab, throw. Snatch, grab, throw. It's in my mindset, I'm ready for it. And at that moment, when I set it on the stove, my roommate thinks I'm making pasta. So at that moment, he turns the stove top on. As it comes down, I snatch, grab, throw, he yells. If you're not familiar, Even if it's friendly fire, it is a crime if they get third-degree burns. And I'm gonna need you guys' help, because I want you guys to know. That charge later got reduced, and I'm gonna need your help to get them dropped. Because at this point, I'd let the officer know that this was done in an act of love, charity, if you will. I'm gonna need you guys' help to get that ALS boiling water challenge off the ground. Alright guys, that's been my time. I'm Darius Walker. Have a great night.
When I was a kid, my mom she was very strict growing up. Had a lot of rules, some I could understand, like no rough housing, like no shoes in the house, like no smoking without an ashtray. That made sense. Some of them I didn't like. I mean, there was she was absolutely no sugar whatsoever in the house. And it sucked because I had to if I wanted to drink soda, I'd have to sneak it home from school, just be drinking it in my bedroom with my sister on lookout, we're in prison. Knock twice to hear mom coming, and we're sitting there and I'll hear the two knocks and my dad's like, quick, give me one more sip, and it's the whole thing. And the worst rule she had was no video games unless they were educational based. That fucking sucked. While my friends were playing Grand Theft Auto, I was at home playing Math Blaster, fucking Type to Learn, and Bible Master. You want to help Noah build this ark? Fucking solve this long division first. Needless to say, we never got the ark built. I sucked at long division, still do. They have computers on your phone now. You don't need that shit. But it sucked. And sometimes I was able to leave the confines of my mom's rules and go to my friend's house. That was always fun because my mom has no jurisdiction there. I can just go there and do what the fuck I wanted. It was awesome. We're playing Grand Theft Auto. We're snorting pixie sticks off the coffee table. We're having the best day of our life. We have the titty scene from Titanic just paused on TV. It was VHS, dude, so we're just kind of twitching the whole time. We're just jiggling! No, it's just record. It was fun, but sometimes I get a little rambunctious, and they maybe get a little hyper, break something. And then my friend's mom would just get really mad at me and want to hit me or something, so I'd run back to my mom's house, because, my mom's rules are there, her rules aren't there, and she'd come to the door where the hell's Carl at? And I'm like, fucking good luck, you have no jurisdiction here. Not unless you have a warrant. My mom comes to the door, she's like, what's the matter? I'm like, yeah, you're about to get it. She goes, Carl broke a vase. My mom looked at me, I'm like, yeah, tell her, Mom. She looks at me and she goes, get the fuck back there and fix that vase. I'm like, come on, you traitor. It sucked. I'm working this out, guys. I'm sorry. That's on me. But sometimes my mom was cool, she would let me go to the roller skating parties. Those are always fun to me. The one drawback though, my mom said, you can go, but you have to wear a helmet. Yeah. I had to wear a helmet at a school function. You know how fucking embarrassing that is? I was the only one wearing a helmet. Even the helmet kids didn't have the helmets on. It was embarrassing. Another thing, I didn't know how to fucking skate very well. I didn't know. And during the roller skating parties, they have all these different themed songs, the Jitterbug would play, and everybody would lay on the ground and play around like a bug. I'm like, I just got back up from falling. I'm not gonna risk that. I'm just trying to survive out here. And finally, at one point, they do a couple skate, where the strip club DJ guy working is like, all right, kids, find your significant other and skate around. I'm on the far end, clinging to the rail like my life depends on it. And this fucking referee guy just skates up to me backwards, by the way, which is witchcraft. He goes, hey bud, you gotta get off the rink. You're rocking no solo skaters during couple skate. And I was like, dude, I'm trying so hard right now. I don't want to be here. He goes, I'll tell you what, grab my belt, I'll get you off the rink. You gotta be kidding me. So here I am, holding this guy's belt, just getting dragged off to Hero by Enrique Iglesias. Be your hero. It was bad. Everybody, all my friends are laughing at me, calling me names. Next week at school, everyone's calling me Helmet Hero, fucking virgin. I didn't even know what it meant to be a virgin. I was just like, all right, some roller skating term, I guess. Until one time I was at the bar with my parents. That's the one time they could stand each other. One of my mom's friends ordered a virgin daiquiri. I go, oh, what's that? My mom, she's a typical Brenda fashion. She's just like, it's quitters. Now give me your arm. She's cool. And then my mom's friend eventually goes, no, Carl, it's just daiquiri with alcohol in it. Makes it a virgin. I'm like, oh, that's what that means. Cool. You know. So I was like, fast forward when I was 14 years old, it was my cousin's wedding. My dad buys me a beer. So I drank it. And I was so excited. I can't wait to tell everybody at school, Carl ain't a virgin no more. I show up on Monday, he's like, you guys know only what happened. My virginity, fucking lost it. They're like, no way, how? And I was like, bartender at my cousin's wedding. They're like, no way, how was it? I mean, it tasted funny. I did throw up afterwards, but it was mostly head. And, I was getting into it, you know? So, dick sucker joke. That guy got it. Word got around school. Like, I was like, no more helmet hero, no more virgin. Now it's Carl the fucking man. I was getting high fives. It was so cool. Next thing you know, I ended up at the principal's office. Both of my parents. They're going, Mr. Sobel, Carl, like everybody, he lost virginity to a bartender. My mom was pretty pissed. She was ready to kick the shit out of me in front of everybody. I go, Mom, calm down. Dad was there. He paid for it. Yeah, look what it means to lose your virginity. So, someday, have sex. Not have sex. First, I actually didn't know anything about. I never had sex then. It's like first time I got a blowjob out of Google. Can you get pregnant from swallowing? Luckily guys can't get pregnant, so. Dodge the fuck out of that bullet. I like to have a good time. No transition there. I like to just have fun, do cool shit. If I see something, I'm gonna try it out and see what'll happen. So when I saw sword fighting classes online, I was like, you bet your ass I'm doing that. Like, you can't turn out that Craigslist ad. And all my friends were like, why would you do that? I'm like, I don't know, fucking blow dart classes were full. I wish blow darts would come back, honestly. I think blow darts are cool as fuck. I mean, they're deadly. I mean, you never heard of a school blow darting, is all I'm saying. Like, we need blow darts. And if blow darts were more popular, I think the blow jobs would just be amazing. Sword fighting classes was flat. Like, it was so cool. I was like, I could not wait. It was supposed to be like I was like, this is beginner sword fighting. It'll be awesome. I show up, and that's when I learned that it was not beginner sword fighting. That there were tons of prerequisites you're supposed to have, which I had none of. It's like going to rehab without ever touching a drop. Like, it was terrible. I get there, and like everyone's like dressed up like in the same like Under Armour like uniforms. They have all these amazing pads on and like helmets. They have their own like swords. I'm wearing sweatpants and a Thin Lizzy t-shirt. I'm like, do you guys have any rental gear? I'm like, go to the armory, see what we got. And I'm like, oh shit. So I go back there. I had one helmet that fit, and I had to get the blood out of it. It was just the whole thing. It was disgusting. And then all these guys had their nice like swords, like custom swords. I just had a fucking wiffle ball bat with duct tape on it. It was a real asshole. And we were just like going through class, and then the best part of class was the sparring. I was like, all right, I know how to stab and slash and poke. Now that it's time for the sparring, I'm gonna have some fun with this. First fight, I just get fucking dominated. Didn't even stand a chance. Second fight, I'm holding my own, and then the instructor goes, Carl, if you want to like have some better chances of sticking somebody, you want to give a grunt, like some kind of like karate, like hiya. I'm like, okay, I got that. So I got the sword, and I'm just like, fuck you. And the guy's like, hey, no, this is sword fighting. We have to show some honor in here. I'm like, dude, we're in a strip mall. Like, I can see people doing their laundry right now. This isn't a castle. Like, whatever. And then, like, I got got fucked up for a second fight. Third fight, I was holding my own. I was doing all the cows. I was crushing it. And then finally, the instructor told the girl I was fighting. He goes, all right, you can switch your dominant hand. So she like throws her sword in there, grabs it, and she fucked me up so quick. I was like injured on this one. I started like crying inside a little bit. And then like I was kind of feeling down on myself, and then when her mom picked her up, she's like, oh, she's been sword fighting since she could like start walking. I'm like, cool, so 3 fucking years? Neat. Joke's on her, I fucked her mom. I don't know. I figured out a better ending to that. I have a whole different twist ending, but it takes like a 6-minute setup, and I don't know. That's too cool for that. Let's see, I'm gonna try to get out of here one more. I'm tired, and I gotta figure out who won the game. I think the Seahawks. Fuck. Now my dad's gonna hit me. Alright, you guys did great. Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
Give it up for Brian. Let him hear it. Give it up for Brian. And keep it going for Carl too. Keep it going. Carl was talking about blow dart guns. I seen a video the other day of a guy killing a bear with a blow dart gun. Yeah, because that's what pops up when you type in guy blows bear. A lot of these jokes don't have transition, guys, so we're just going to the next one. Have you guys seen those Nike Air Maxes? Have you guys seen those? If you haven't, it's like a shoe, and then it's got like a bubble, like for the sole of the shoe. And I thought this was really cool. Until I thought about it, I was like, man, what if you go through a bad breakup and they slash your tires and your Nikes? Your friends call you and they're like, how you doing? It's like, well, my soul's deflated. I don't know if that's good or terrible. A friend of mine was telling me the other day, she was like, I've got hammer toe on one foot and sickle toe on the other. And I was like, man, that sounds like a communist foot fetish. Doctor shows up to her feet and he's like, this is socialism. See, I don't know if that one's good either, guys. These are new. These are new. I work at a dispensary. Do you guys like weed? Is weed cool here? Solid, solid. Something I didn't anticipate before working at a dispensary was the amount of wonderful old ladies that would come in. Wonderful old ladies to rely on me to find them a product that was going to get them to fuck. Seriously. Like, something people need to realize is that their grandma is trying to fuck. Alright? And she's coming to me for that answer. And sometimes I'm just like, man, can I get treated like an old school drug dealer? Like, I've never gone up to my drug dealer like, hey man, is this gonna do the job? And by the job, I mean my wife. You know? And now I got like Martha coming up to me and she's like, so Sonny, this gonna turn me to a human spittoon? And I'm just like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, but you know, I'm a good salesman, guys. And so I'm just kind of like, listen, like, was your sexual prime during the Nixon era? Cause that pussy gonna be a Watergate! Do you remember when gas was 25 cents? Cause your husband's dick about to experience inflation! Did your financial and ecological decisions mess up your grandparent children's ability to live on a planet that's clean and healthy? Cause we're about to get fucked! We're working on these ones, guys. Let's see. Facebook's weird. Facebook's weird because it gives you abstract approval you didn't know you wanted. Like the other day, David Mitchell liked my Facebook post, guys. All right, my 4th grade teacher's husband
fucks with me. David Mitchell thinks I fucking rip, dude. And it's crazy. I'm just like, man, like, that man owns 20 acres. His wife's got 10 here. Like, I'm getting emotionally sponsored by the power couple of 2003. Alright, that one bombed. That's okay. That's alright. These are new. That actually happened. Shouts out David Mitchell. Let's see. Do you guys know about Sky Zone? I don't feel like you guys have been to Sky Zone. We have Sky. Yeah, it's about I got different. You ever realize you're doing something and you gain a different perspective on yourself? Like, I realized I was wearing Sky Zone socks, not at Sky Zone the other day. And I was looking at my calendar and I was like, man, who didn't schedule out any trampoline encounters today? I was like, oh shit, these are for me to, keep a grip on this fucking reality. Need a little extra help today. I feel like that's how my girlfriend knows I'm having a bad mental health day. She looks at my son, she's like, sorry buddy, your dad's at Sky Zone. Hopefully it bounces back to us soon. Then my therapist is like, if you have a gold wristband, please contact your family. They are concerned about you. And there I am, just bouncing in my trampoline warehouse of mental instability. You guys know what I'm saying? Not so much, that's alright. We had a husband and wife come in the other day, and it was their first time at a dispensary, and they were really excited. And at one point during the transaction, the wife goes, man, babe, this guy's so cute. We should tell our daughter about him. And the husband slowly looked over at his wife. He was like, honey, he's a drug dealer. He's like, sir, I have a collared shirt and insurance. I am an exotic sales associate. Alright, that did okay. That did alright. I'm telling you guys, we're working through these new ones. I appreciate it. Bear with me. You probably won't like this one. EDM. Nah, I think I'm gonna end there, guys. Give it up for your host, Brian, one more time.
We'll be right back.